Thank you very much, James. All right, and this month we have another roundtable discussion. We haven't done roundtable in a couple of months, so we thought we'd bring something up. And the topic for this month is two things. We have DC becoming DC Entertainment, and then we also have the big news, Disney buying Marvel Comics. So let's start off with some DC stuff first. Let's see, Warner Brothers Entertainment has created DC Entertainment, a new company founded to fully realize the power and value of DC comics and characters across all the media. They'll be charged with the DC Comics business, branding the characters deeply into the Warner Brothers Entertainment family. DC Comics will publish. The publishing business will remain the cornerstone of DC Entertainment, releasing approximately 90 comic books through its various imprints and 30 graphic novels a month, and continuing to build on its creative leadership in the comic book industry. So what do you guys think about this switch from DC becoming DC Entertainment?
Well, a lot of people are probably thinking with the recent Marvel, being bought out by Disney, which I know we're going to talk about, that this is in a judgment to that, but this has actually been in the works for some time.
Right.
They've looked at what Marvel was able to do. I mean, they took a big gamble when they decided to do their own movies in-house and just, instead of licensing out the characters to different things. And since DC being owned by Warner Brothers, it just made sense. And being able to do this, now it's going to have a greater control on their properties and being able to put the characters into one. The reason why there hasn't been like a Justice League movie, for example, is just the way they had the rights out for all different things. By having this one brand, they're going to be able to do that now. So that's one of the things that they're going to be working on. And the first thing that they've said, rumors that they're going to be working on, is revamping the Superman franchise and getting that back out. Because Superman Returns, while a decent movie, didn't do as well as what they thought it was going to do. Mm-hmm. And that's like priority one for them. So you could very well see that the Superman-Batman team up in a month of years to come. And I think it's a really good idea. They got Paul Levitz handing it up. He's been in the comics industry for a long time.
Over 30 years, yeah.
And I think it's a really good move for them.
Yeah, it'll be good. They have a lot of projects coming up. Next year they celebrate their 75th anniversary for DC Comics. They have comic properties in development or production at Warner Brothers Entertainment include Human Target is being produced by Warner Brothers for a television mid-season replacement on Fox. They have Midnight Mass is in series development at Warner Brothers Television for consideration in 2010-2011. Jonah Hex, Warner Brothers movie, just wrapped up, starring Josh Brolin, Megan Fox, and John Malkovich. That originally wrapped in Louisiana. The Losers, Dark Castle, Warner Brothers Pictures action-adventure drama starring Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Zoe Saldana from Star Trek, and Chris Evans began photography in Puerto Rico. Green Lantern is coming out sometime in 2011 with Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern. They're doing a live-action movie based on Lobo, which should be interesting. Warner Brothers direct-to-platform DVD animated series of Green Lantern First Flight, which we talked about last month. That was a good one. Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is coming out on that's the series that comes out on Cartoon Network right now. And then Arkham Asylum that you mentioned before that you were playing.
Arkham Asylum is done very well. They're going to be going more into their video game properties. We know about the Superman Batman Public Enemies. The animation series that we've talked about before has done phenomenally well. In fact, the new one that's going to be coming out is Crisis on Two Worlds, and it's going to be dealing with the crime syndicate, and that looks really
good. All right. Anything else about DC becoming DC Entertainment?
Well, I think they can take all their different properties and do more with each of them through all the different media outlets. For games. Animated films, live action films, they can, and then there's Wonder Woman they're still going to make, what other, Superman, I'd like to see another Superman. Batman's doing awesome. We'll have to see what they do next, and see if we can ever actually do something like Justice League. They may have to leave out Superman, Batman maybe, and form it with the other.
All right, here we go. Disney Marvel. Let's see. Disney bought Marvel at $50 per Marvel share, or approximately $4 billion. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. Transaction combines Marvel's strong global brand and world-renowned library of characters, including Iron Man, Spidey, X-Men, Captain America, Fantastic Four, and Thor. with Disney's creative skills, unparalleled global portfolio of entertainment properties. Da, da, da. Disney is the perfect home for Marvel's fantastic library of characters, given its proven ability to expand content creation and licensing businesses. Merchandising. Under the deal, Disney will acquire ownership of Marvel, including its more than 5,000 Marvel characters. Not a bad deal. Pretty good stuff. So what do you think about this Disney-Marvel deal?
It's not a bad deal. It could definitely be a win-win for both companies if they do it right.
Right.
My only concern would be is that, you look at Disney and what do you think?
Mickey Mouse,
You think
Pluto.
Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
Pluto. You think wholesome characters.
Right.
Have you ever heard of a Disney R-rated movie?
There won't be. No.
Okay, well...
Actually, yes, I have.
What?
It was a film that they put out for health education for the GIs in World War II.
Oh, okay.
and
Well,
used it
we're
in
not
Korea.
talking about
but I'm
that.
talking
No,
about...
I know.
Right.
I'm just
Right.
saying
For
there
general
is a...
distribution.
And then they formed Touchstone
Yeah,
Pictures in
Touchstone.
order
Okay,
to do
so yeah,
that
but for,
type of thing.
you're not going to think of Touchstone Pictures when you're looking at that. You're thinking of Walt Disney. And some of the characters and stuff, like the Punisher,
Yep.
might not fit in with their image. So I'm really hoping they leave well enough alone.
Yeah, I think they will. Cable channel, you mentioned Disney XD, that cable channel. They're currently running about 20 hours a week of Marvel content, and Disney has been looking to license more Marvel content. So that might be an option where you see more Marvel
Yeah,
stuff.
you don't have to license it
One of the
anymore.
questions was, will Disney 3D be used for Marvel movies? That will be determined by those who are in charge of producing Marvel's theatrical films. When asked if there was a potential for cross-pollination between Marvel and Pixar, Disney said that Pixar's met with key Marvel creative producers and said it's a possibility. We might get a crossover with Pixar.
Having a Pixar animated Marvel movie would be awesome.
Yep, it would be pretty cool. Let's see, with regards to video game publishing, Disney praised Marvel's licensing agreements with some of the best video game producers and publishers in the business, and will consider that what's best for each individual property on licensing deal. So there's another option they might be going to. With respect to Paramount's distribution deal with the Iron Man franchise, Disney has every intention to respect the deal that's in place, but noted that it's in their best interest to become the sole distributor of Marvel films. And they said, what about the other films that are in possibility, like there's a rumor of a Thor film being, and Submariner or Namor film. Those are still kind of up in the air. They're not quite
But
sure what they're going
if
to
you
do with
remember
that.
back in the 90s, they did, Archie Meets the Punisher.
That's right.
And it actually worked.
Yep.
So even though we're laughing, I wouldn't just summarily dismiss it.
Well, then they have
tongue-in-cheek,
Star Trek
so.
and X-Men at one
I have
point,
that
too.
one.
Yeah.
You have that one?
I have that
never-
crossover,
I
yes.
never read
Dr.
that one.
McCoy and the two of them turn, yes?
So there's some pretty wild things that they could do with a Marvel Comics Disney.
But the potential is definitely there, but it's going to be, unlike the DC stuff, it's going to take a little while for the Marvel stuff to really go in, just because the movie properties are so tied in with
Right.
different stuff. So you'll have to wait for
Yeah, and there's also
things
been
to lapse
there's
and
also been a
whatnot.
lot of talk of they want to do a lot of things with their Vertigo line, which is a
That-
lot darker and more adult
You mean the
oriented.
DC?
I'm sorry, the DC stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They want to do that too. So we shall see.
Yeah, Disney's always had a great distribution network. I mean, they own the Muppets too now,
Right.
and mostly so that they can get their properties out in new. What I'm afraid is that they're going to have something for sale, put it in the closet for 7 years, and then bring it back out.
Yeah,
and sell
put it in
and
the
then
vault.
put it in
Get
the
it out
vault.
before it goes in the vault.
Right.
Right.
So that
Whatever.
that's something I could see happening with Disney controlling the distribution.
Right.
But in terms of money and clout, I mean, as a backer, Disney, I think, could be a big thing for Marvel.
Yeah,
too.
be a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's it. That's all we have for.